Okay, so here we are again in the snake room. We're gonna do this angle today and show off these animals. So further indication, if you haven't read the title or depending on whatever I make this title, of what we're gonna be talking about today. So we're gonna be talking about reticulated pythons. Super excited for what we're gonna be talking about. So what I wanted to do today is I just kind of wanted to give an evolution of my marble project. And then that will probably further indicate what we're going to be showing today. So yeah, we're going to dive into the marble project. I'm going to go ahead and pull Bam Bam out. He is just a visual marble. And when I say just, he is also 100% het for purple. But he has like the base of what marble is. So I'm going to snag him. Him and I we have grown accustomed to each other, I would say. He didn't start out as the most friendly animal, but we've really worked up a pretty good relationship, and it's actually been very rewarding. So I'm super happy about that. So let's get him out and see if I can't get him to mellow out for the day. Hey, bud. Hey, you alive? Alive? Can I pick you up? There you go, buddy. All right, so here we got Bam Bam. I'm gonna do my best to kind of show him off to the camera and try to get as best angles as we can. But there you kind of see like the marble's influence on this animal, and it's one of those genes that is like it jumbles up the pattern already. You know, the pattern on retics is already super cool. I feel like just their normal pattern is really pretty, but what marble does is just really mess that pattern up. It's my favorite. It's hands down. It's my favorite base, I guess, morph, I would call it. It just does really amazing things. And if any, I know I should have been documenting this a lot better, but this snake, he was not my fan. And he has came such a long way, and that's just a testament to just constant work putting into these animals. Positive interactions, making sure that the animal's comfortable at all times. I'm not going to say that he's in a position where he would never tag me out of fear or something like that, but he's gotten so much better, and I love that about that too, because when the snake's feeling good like that, he's comfortable and he's not nervous or scared. But yeah, there's that shot of the neck. Like, look how messed up and crazy wacky that pattern is. It looks so awesome to me. And then the grays on the sides. I mean, retics in general, gosh, if only there was a retic out there that didn't get giant. Huh. Maybe those super dwarfs would be a good way to take this. But yeah, they're stunning. These animals are stunning. But here's just, your base, I guess, homozygous form of the marble gene. And I believe there is a super. So I guess it technically might not be homozygous if there is a super. I don't know everything about that, but I'm like 99% sure that there is a super form. So this is a dominant trait or a codom, however you want to look at it. Yeah, it's just an awesome gene, and there's a lot to be done with it, as we can see here in the next couple animals that I have to show everybody. So here it is again. This is Bam Bam in all of his glory, just hanging out doing retic stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and get him put away, and we'll take a look at another layering that I have here with the marble gene. girl. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna call this level 2. So here we have another marble. And this here is a marble Sunfire Lavender Albino. This is the hot ticket for me. When you get marble incorporated inside your albinos, your purples, your lavenders, obviously. I haven't seen them in other things like, you know, mochinos, things like that. I think just, it's insane. It's insane what's left to be done with this project and what's still out there. You know, I know there's obviously far more been done than what I know about. I don't know that much about reticulated pythons, obviously, but I do know that I love them. So trying to get her to stay still is the constant battle that you're going to deal with reticulated pythons, and getting them in frame. They want to go everywhere, so I'll get her to, you know, get done with cruising around. We can kind of get a shot there of some of the patterning left in the animal there. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. There we go, kind of getting that going. But yeah, this animal, like, look at that head, is just so vibrant and bright. And then the side patterning on this animal, down here, the like eyelets, I'm gonna call it, they're so gorgeous. They're super well defined, and I think that has a lot to do with the Sunfire really brightening this animal up and making her just a little more vibrant than your standard lavender, which is just, you know, flawless. So yeah, you know, I just really want to see, you know, the purples. I think purples are sort of my, oh great, here we go. Now she's wrapped around the camera. Things are getting out of control here. All right, there we go. So I really like the purple marbles. That was like the original snake that I really fell in love with. But when I saw this animal with the Sunfire added in, and like the oranges that were coming in on her tail, and then that, like, you know, she kind of has like some high whites, like it really comes up really far on her sides. This, I just fell in love with her. She's awesome. And this is Twinkie, by the way. So we have Bam Bam and Twinkie are both marbles. There's a pretty good shot of like that distorted pattern that marble really does to these animals. Yeah, I'm fascinated by the marble gene, as you can see. It's in 75% of the animals I have here. Okay, 75% of the retics I have here are marbles. So that's, you know, here they are. But here she is. You know, this is kind of the next evolution of the animal. I really have no plans for the marble project. It's almost like I just keep getting other snakes with marble in it just because I love looking at them. And I really love interacting with these animals. It's just there, you know, there's a lot of responsibility in reticulated pythons, and they, you know, they produce a lot of eggs, and then that is a lot of, therefore, responsibility I have in finding people who I think can adequately take care of them, you know. So it's I don't know if I'm ever really going to breed, but if I did, I certainly have all the tools that I need to make some really, really, really fantastic looking animals. You know, this is the path I picked, I guess. You know, the gene pool that I wanted. Let me get that camera a little bit more situated. So yeah, this is kind of the gene I really picked to focus on because it's my favorite, and I think that's what you should always focus on. You should always focus on your favorite gene and what you like the most. That goes with reticulated pythons, ball pythons, boas, you know, Kenyan sand boas, hog noses. You know, always, you know, in a sense, like Gavin always says, buy with your eyes, but, you know, buy for quality and buy with a plan. You know, you don't want to just be aimlessly purchasing unless, you know, they're pets. Then strictly buy with your eyes. You know, buy with what you want. And that's pretty much what I've done with these reticulated pythons. It just so happens to be that there's a lot of room for growth with these this marble project. But there's that little mini rant for you guys. I know you have all been waiting for another little Joel mini rant. So yeah, there that was. But here she is. Just wanted to show her off again. I know I did a reticulated python video fairly recently, but I don't know. Can never go wrong with a little retics, huh? But all right, let's pull out the new snake, the new. Okay, here she is. Okay, here she is. This is Starburst, the new retic. Okay, so without further ado, here is Starburst. And I'm going to give you guys what she is, like what she, I guess, her genetics. And then I'm going to officially debut her. So she is a lavender motley marble. To continue with the marble theme, so I have a lot of marbles going on here. So, boom. Here she is. And so let's see if we can get the camera to kind of focus in on that. Bink. There we go. Oh. No. In and out, maybe. All right, so there she is. And if you can see closely here, what that motley's doing to the marble is kind of reducing all of the pattern down to like a dorsal stripe almost, but it's highly like pixelated. You know, it almost looks like a QR code down her entire back. Check out that QR code. Check out the back of that animal. I mean, it looks like her entire body, like down the back of her. So it looks like her, you know, her entire dorsal there is like just a giant long QR code. So I can't imagine what this snake is going to look like when she's older. I mean, I freaking love it. And then the, you know, its side pattern is, you know, it's just that bright orange running down the sides. It's just, you know, and then you have that like flecking a little bit where the QR code is coming in strong. This snake is just insane. I love this animal. She's as friendly as you can get, which is, you know, that's always nice. Nice to have a really friendly reticulated python. Let's see if we can get her eyes. Get her eyes in there. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so it's just, you know, trying to show off a reticulated python. I don't even, like Brian Cusco, he does such a good job. So I need to step my game up. I need to call him, get some advice on how I need to properly video retics. You know, these are just babies, and he does that with very large animals. So he's much better, obviously, at working a camera, editing, stuff like that. But yeah, let's try to get, you know, a better shot there. She wants to just go straight in the air. Obviously, that's what retics like to do. But yeah, she's super pretty, and I really like, she has this like stretching out of her pattern on her neck that kind of pulls the pattern away from her head and brings it back down. It's yeah, she's stunning, you know. And reticulated python's eyes are just so fascinating to me. They're so bright, and there's so much characteristic going on in there with these snakes. So yeah, it's super excited for this snake. You know, I know there's a huge future to be had with her. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I've really been considering finding myself a really pretty male super dwarf reticulated python that maybe I could put to these animals and start incorporating more and more of the marble gene and then the albinisms, obviously, within the super dwarf arena. I don't know so I don't know a ton about the super dwarfs, but I do know a couple guys that know quite a bit about it. And I'm sure if anybody's watching this channel, they've already seen Garrett from Reach Out Reptiles. He knows just a wealth about the super dwarfs, the localities, and everything like that. And I'm pretty sure that marble has already been moved into the super dwarfs. So if I could find myself maybe a marble super dwarf male with maybe something else going on there, that would be really cool. Or even just, you know, a purple super dwarf or something like that. I think just bonkers. You know, I recently saw I think it was a lavender jag super dwarf male. It was just, that thing was freaking insane. So I couldn't imagine, you know, putting something like that in there, another just huge pattern morph just stacked onto something else that's, I would consider this, you know, the marble genes sort of like what leopard is in ball pythons, maybe even confusion, the confusion static acid complex. I think that there's a great similarity between what the leopard does in ball pythons and what the marble does in reticulated pythons. So yeah, there she is. You know, not to keep on rambling about snakes, but I guess if you're here, that's what you want to hear about. Here and here, do the same words, different meanings, right? English language, what a weird thing. Been recently studying a lot about the English language because that's essentially all the LSAT is word games. It's just miserable. If anybody has taken it, you know what I'm saying. If anybody hasn't taken it, take my word for it. You don't even want to take it. But yeah, here she is. She is absolutely stunning. These, you know, reticulated pythons just chow down food. I could probably feed this girl 3 times in a day. I feel like she's always hungry, always moving, always active. And so it's, you know, they're a heck of a species. They're easily my favorite. You know, a testament, you know, I didn't mention this there in the beginning, but I picked up this female here from Jeff over at El Segundo Pythons. They have a YouTube channel. All that's going to be down in the description. Their Instagram, primarily almost all of my retics, 75% of them, have been from Jeff. Can't say enough about Jeff. His animals are incredible. The snakes he's producing are magic. He has a lot of high-end stuff. He has a lot of intermediate. He's doing a lot of really cool things. They've recently got into monitors, badass monitors. So, you know, go give them a follow, check them out, see what they got going on. But yeah, without further ado, quick little thing. Next week's interview on Wednesday, KB Reptiles. Super pumped on